Well, after 31 years of service at the iconic Seattle radio station KEXP, their executive director is getting ready to retire. But I got a chance to talk with Tom Mara about the changing media landscape and what he thinks is next for radio. Tom, 31 years at KEXP. Congratulations. That's an incredible career.
It went by pretty quickly, actually. I started as a volunteer, actually, 1987, when I was, 23 years old. Now I'm 57. And
Wow.
It's just been, that why me? Why do I get to do this kind of feeling? I certainly have had that for many, many, many years. Thank you.
I love that. All right. So for those who have maybe never even turned a radio on, what is KEXP?
Well, KEXP is an arts organization. We're an arts organization with a music discovery mission. So our job is based on the premise that music makes lives better. So with our radio station, with our fairly new facility at Seattle Center, what we do online, our job is to figure out how to get music to play a larger role in your life. Ultimately, our purpose is to make lives better. The other thing that's part of what we do is wrestle with the unfamiliar every day. It's you don't know what you don't know. And so we hope we become that trusted organization in your life that brings you music that you ought to consider it. I give a talk from time to time, and I do this little silly thing where I bet everybody in the room, $100, you haven't ever listened to KEXP. I bet you two things. One is you're going to hear something you've never heard before. Everything from indie rock to world music, jazz, blues, hip hop, electronic, et cetera, et cetera. You'll hear something new. And number two, you'll probably hear something you don't like. So we take a wide and deep way to curate music, and we do that with 45 curating DJs. They're the ones that select that next song 24 hours a day. There's no playlist at KEXP. There's nobody wearing a collared shirt telling DJs what to play, and that's a tradition we've had for several decades now.
I have to say it's so true. I used to work the early morning shift, and it was actually always so nice to know that the DJ was with me at 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, playing music that I had never heard of before, but it was perfect for the time of day. It always seemed, and yes, there's the occasional song I'm like, what is this?
What's that?
But you keep listening. What are you most proud of during your time at KEXP?
The thing that comes to mind is this notion of the institution of the curating DJ. This is something that I inherited back in '87, and that is the DJ with the freedom and the responsibility to select the music. What I'm probably most proud of is keeping that institution alive and kicking through all these years. We could have taken different turns to playlist the station or figure out today what we're going to play tomorrow, but that doesn't enable the DJ to feel the audience, respond to the audience, and apply their judgment. So 45 DJs we have, and they scour the earth for music that should be heard, and they've got the power to play it for you. I mean,
it really is such a gift for Seattle that we have KEXP. I don't know if people realize how rare a thing it was. My grandfather was a disc jockey at KHJ in Los Angeles back at a time.
When it was a time when you could choose. Yeah. I know that the music industry is changing so much, especially in radio. How do you think radio fits into all of this? Well, I think it's a great time to be alive in radio, actually. But you just can't use the traditional methods by themselves. What we're doing largely is these are not radical ideas. This is the way, as you pointed out, how radio used to be back in the 70s, FM radio used to be. But now we've got the opportunity to use technology to extend that curating DJ further into your life. You get to not only listen to them, you get to view them. You get to view them interviewing artists. You get to hear from them via social. So there's so many more opportunities to extend what a radio station does. And as we look into the future, one thing that KEXP does is a little unusual, is that we we start relationships with persons that live in other music communities around the world, like in Reykjavik and Mexico City, France, Poland. This coming year, we plan to go to Buenos Aires. And the idea there is to start a set of relationships with those people who know what's going on in that community, and then set up a time to spend a week there connecting those artists that should be heard, for example, coming out of Argentina, to the rest of the world. So we think expanding this notion of a global approach to capturing local music communities around the world is a big part of our vision.
Such an incredible thing. Tom's last day at KEXP is later this year in June, and we wish him the very best, and we'll have to have him back on New Day soon.